What is going on, YouTube? Dollar Comingo here. And I wanted to talk about some few things today as I'm getting more and more serious into the whole iRacing scene. I built a rig that I'm gonna do a review on soon, and let's talk about the future of this channel and what I want to do with it coming up. What you guys are watching in the background is my first GT4 race. Second I got out of rookie class. This was, I believe, qualifying, if I'm not mistaken, or end of practice, qualifying, whatever. What I wanted to get into is I wanted to talk about where this channel stands and what I want to do with it in the future. And like my plans for it. I want to get into streaming sim racing. I used to stream a lot on Twitch, and not that it's a bad platform, but just that, I don't know, it feels like it didn't get rewarded as much as I thought I was. You know, I was putting 10 plus hours on weekends and even after work, 5-6 hours. So I wanted to try maybe doing it on YouTube, see how that would do, and if not, then maybe sticking it to Twitch and see how it goes over on Twitch. I picked up a lot of things for the sim racing rig, and like I used to do COD, and it was fun while it lasted, but for now I think I just want to do something in this series of racing. I just enjoy racing more. It's been a passion of mine to always get a sim rig and be able to, race at competitive level. So more little things I wanted to get into, and then with everything said, I wanted to put a few of my 2 cents on the rig itself. Let you guys know what I picked up, how much I paid, and my customer service with this particular company. So let's talk about the streaming situation first. So I want to maybe jump back on Twitch coming up, maybe this Saturday, this Sunday, and just see how it goes on the iRacing scheme of it, and not on the Call of Duty side of it. I feel like Call of Duty is oversaturated. You have so many people on there, and it's just difficult to branch out. And I have to I want to also start doing maybe promotional stuff on my TikTok, just to get myself out there and see if anybody can come from there, because I want to get into sim racing more and more. I'm enjoying the whole iRacing experience since I got the game end of last month. I've had it for give or take maybe 10-15 days, more around that ballpark, and I put hours into it already. Probably 5, 6, 7 hours daily. And from obviously when I was building the rig, I couldn't put hours into it because I was assembling everything, but I'm starting to get back into it weekend time, so I want to be able to get nice seat time in my rig. With that said, I definitely want to get back into the whole streaming game, do some iRacing, some simulation type games, since now I have the rig built and I don't have to keep carrying the whole setup I had down, and now I have everything where I need it. Comfortable seat, shouldn't be a problem anymore. I also want to practice for the upcoming SPA 24-hour race. I want to do that race. I got into a league that a friend recommended, and he said that they're gonna do the 24 hours of SPA, and I want to do that. I wanted to do the 24 hours of Nürburgring, but it was already too late. I just got the game, and I didn't want to go in it without preparation. I think the SPA races in a month or two, It gives me some time to build up confidence and get my license up on iRacing for road series, and just get used to the game and have some more seat time in the rig, adjust things if I need to in the rig, and just do the things that are necessary. Those are my plans. Get back into streaming definitely, and get some endurance races, 24-hour races. You know, even like I believe there's a Watkins Glen um race coming up. It's like 6 hours. So that won't be difficult to do. I just have to get my license up. So new to this whole iRacing thing, and from what I know, I think you need to be C class or above to participate in official events. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. It's just what I've been told. So that's my plan for the upcoming month, or how much ever until our race comes up. The other thing I wanted to do is actually get more things for the SimRig. I've picked up like shoes and gloves and a suit, which I know is a bit overkill, but I've talked to so many people that have been doing this for years, and they say glove and shoes will get you not a better driver but more comfortable. And you know, I just wanted the suit just to feel as I'm in the driver's seat, just a regular karting suit, nothing special from Sparkle. It's like $100 if you find it on cheaper websites like I found it. And then gloves, and then karting shoes, so total was like $200, which isn't, you know, overkill or anything like that. So yeah, I want to get back into streaming, like I said before, pick up some more sim racing stuff. I've looked at, like, I already have a button box. It's made for technically Euro games, like Euro truck and trucking games, but I feel like I can make it work in iRacing. And then with that said, I'm hoping to pick up a new steering wheel. I'm looking at the Fanatec stuff, like the Fanatec PSL DD wheel that's coming out in Q3 or 4 of this year. Would love to get my hands on that. You know, it seems to be a not expensive wheel, but you know, it's like $350 for the base, and you can add wheels to it and get pedals. I was thinking even about picking up the CSL Elite kit and just having 2 separate bases, just in case if something ever happens or something breaks, or if I want to have one base for racing and another base for like truck sim or different sim games. So that's one of the things I wanted to do as well. Pick up a new wheel. Currently using a Logitech G920, which isn't fancy, but it gets the job done. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this is my first GT4 race in iRacing after promoting from rookie class. So this was interesting. The car, you know, has quadruple the amount of horsepower than the Miata has, and it's just, you'll see there's some interesting stuff that happens. I'm not comfortable with this car yet. I feel like, especially on the first lap after the car goes in, the safety car, I don't know, maybe I'm not warming up the tires as good as I think I am, because I feel like the back end is still really loose. But anyway, yeah, pick up a new wheelbase, get back into streaming. Those are my 2 first topics I wanted to touch on. And the most important thing is for me is I wanted to get serious into content creation. iRacing or any other racing games. What I wanted to do. Like I said, COD was fun, but it just wasn't for me. I might try Twitch out tonight on iRacing, see how that goes, and if it goes good, I might stick to Twitch. If it doesn't go good, then I may switch it over to YouTube, see how that goes. But yeah, I'll be trying out some stuff here in the next few days to see how everything goes. I have to move my mic around and get it in the proper spot so I could reach it to my SimRig. Which, speaking of, my SimRig. I think the video is almost halfway. It's like 16 minutes left. So let's talk about my SimRig that I picked up. So I picked up a Trakracer Tr80 for my um SimRig setup. I got the chairless version because I wanted to go with the aftermarket chair. Let you know more information about that in a second. But yeah, I've looked through millions of other companies like SimLabs and the other companies that are similar. For me, it's like not. For me, it's the same thing, it's just different branding from what I've seen. But you know, everybody told me to get SimLabs. I looked into them, but they are, I guess, UK based or European based, and shipping was just outrageous. The rig was like $700 or $800 in that ballpark, and it was like an additional $200-300 to ship. And for me, just to get it shipped here for, you know, a third or whatever the cost of this rig is, it's just absurd. I looked around in the US market and I couldn't find anything that was similar. I found like Next Level Racing, which I wanted to go with a GT, but again, that's a normal looking cockpit. I wanted something that has adjustability, no flex, and something that can outstand like a DD wheel, which I know the CSL wheel isn't going to be strong, but in the future, if I ever upgrade to like a podium or anything like that, I wanted something that can withstand the forces of that wheel and just, you know, wear and tear throughout the years. So I picked up the Trakracer Tr80. Now, first of all, I want to say I was not prepared for the setup of this because I've watched videos of people setting it up and people are like, you know, give yourself, you know, 10-15 hours to assemble this. It's gonna take you that long. And I was like, well, I bet you I can do it in less than that because I felt confident. Boy, was I wrong, because it took me almost 2 days. Well, day, I would say a day, because everything shipped: the main frame, the seat mounting bracket with the slider, and the pedal plate. Everything shipped, came here last Friday. So after work I started assembling everything, but I was missing the wheel deck and the monitor mount, and FedEx delayed it by 1 day. So it was supposed to be here like the following Saturday or the next day, which was Saturday, and it got here on a Sunday, which it's okay, but you know, I just didn't expect a delay because I wanted it to be here on time, because I had everything set up on the Saturday. 4 in the afternoon I had everything assembled, and I wanted to have it all done Saturday, move my setup around and have it taken care of, get some seat time and play around. But unfortunately FedEx delayed it, but they made it up by bringing it the next day. So yeah, setup was, not that it was difficult, but it was hell, and I wasn't prepared for it. You know, I came back from work around 1 a.m. in the morning, stayed up until 9, assembling everything, and then woke up a few hours later to get everything tightened down where it needed to be, and then waited for the wheel deck and the monitor mount to come in, which took the extra day. Not a big deal, but it's just annoying that it had to happen that way. But you know, it's here, it's assembled now, rock solid. But let's talk about the whole SimRig setup and what are my thoughts on it and what do I think about it so far, having give or take 20 hours in the seat from coming from work, and definitely a lot more during this weekend. So I picked up an aftermarket seat for it. I didn't go with any of the options. Not that I didn't like them, I just wanted to go a different route. And I wanted to have a different setup. Just, I like being different. So I picked up a Sparco Sprint SL. Yeah, Sprint L seat. I just had to look at it because I forgot the freaking name. But I picked up the L seat. And it works. It's just the one thing that I feel like is the brackets for the they come with the rig aren't meant for the seat. I had struggled a bit to get the seat mounted. Maybe like if two people were here, it wouldn't be as difficult. But on the sides, there were these long, adjustable things that stick up, and they have some pressure on the seat to be exact. So I may pick up a sparkle bracket to go along with that, just in case nothing breaks or nothing happens to the seat. But sketchy as it is, and I didn't know this, and I asked other people in forums and whatnot. The fact he's only bolted from the side and there's no bolts on the bottom supporting it was a little sketchy getting into, and still is. But I have it, tightened up and washers and everything going through it. So, 20 hours plus, give or take, already. So nothing has fallen. Nothing falls ever, because that was a difficult setup. But so the seat is great. Makes you feel like you're in a racing car. You sit really low, and it's actually extremely good for posture. I've noticed sitting in the seat for a long time, like coming back from work, 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe 5 hours. One day I did. Like next morning, you get up and you feel weird. You feel like I don't know. I sit normally kind of slumped in this chair. You have no adjustability from the back. It's just moving back and forth, so you're sitting up straight with your butt kind of scooted into the back. So it's teaching me proper posture setup, which is good, but just it's weird because I didn't expect that. In a way, I thought it's just a regular seat, and that I would just be like a normal seat that you have, like a gaming chair or whatever. But it's not. It's actually teaching me posture. And I have noticed with this seat setup, how it is, and the whole rig, that not that I'm more of a better driver, but I'm more consistent. I had a wheel stand pro prior to this rig, and it was good. It's just you never had the wheel in your vision, and if you spun out or were going to spin out, it felt like you can never catch the car. But this setup, since everything's solid, bolted, and you are, your feet are pushed way above the seat, not like a normal car. If you were driving a normal sports car or street style car, your feet are kind of tucked way in the front. I felt like if I was to have a spin, I can catch it a lot easier on the rig than I can if I just had a wheel stand. I know it's two different things. The wheel stand pro just holds your wheel, and your seat is, not part of it. But I feel like even if I do spin out, I can catch it more frequently than if I had the wheel stand, where like I would just let go of the wheel, and I didn't have control of the car or the stand. Sometimes it would move around a bit and all that. But on this, everything's solid. I can catch the car a lot quicker, and I feel more consistent in that you can do more and more laps, since you're sitting in a comfortable chair in a position that you're meant to be, without having sitting in the normal. I have a normal like gaming chair. Instead of sitting in a normal gaming chair, you're sitting in an actual racing seat, which brings me to my next point, which is overkill. But the next level racing chair came with a harness, and I was really bummed out that Trakracer doesn't offer you a harness, which I understand it's not really needed to have a harness because you're not being thrown around. But in the future, if I wanted to do motion or any type of movement, or when you get thrown around or anything like that, it would make sense to have a belt, just so you can get be tied down to the seat. So I have picked up a 6-point harness from Amazon. Just a cheap, like $60 one, nothing too fancy. I think it's like Lapco or something. It's mad funny the way it looks. But I'm gonna get some pads made for it, or buy some pads that have sparkle on them, so that it could be more legit. But I'm gonna have that later on today, and I will probably, you know, take some pictures and post it on my social medias and my Discord. Links are down in the description if anybody's interested. But yeah, so far so good on the Trakracer Tr80. Everything came in. I had no missing bolts, extra bolts to be honest. The only small thing I had issues with was the T-nuts, little rectangular things you slide in, and oh my god, those are, I don't know, I understand why, because you have adjustability, but man, those are annoying to get, especially when you're assembling the wheel deck side mounts. Oh my god, it was the most annoying thing trying to get a bolt through a bracket and then getting a bolt to match up with the T-nut and not have it shift around and move you, which happens a lot. But that's the only small downside I would have. Besides that, you know, everything's tight and hand tight. I've been using the power tools and it's holding up pretty good. Moving it around it's heavy, but I want to get some plastic coaster wheels or whatever those are called, so you can, you know, unblock it, move it around if you want to clean it in future references, or just in general move it around if, you know, you don't want a sim race or you want to change your setup around. So I will definitely be picking up those. And besides that, there's nothing much else. Nice, solid, decent setup. I have kind of, I bought a monitor mount with it, and I misbought one because I bought it thinking it would work, but it was meant as a fourth monitor. But I got it to work. I used some of the equipment that came with it, and I have the monitor mounted pretty close where, you know, I don't need to move my setup all the way in to be able to see it. Everything's nice and everything's sturdy with the monitor mount. You know, I have a little VESA mount on it, so I can take it off, move it around if I want to, and it works really well. I thought it would be an issue, but it ended up working. I currently have a 27-inch monitor on there, and I'm planning to pick up a curved monitor just so I can have, everybody's saying that curved is like the best for sim racing. So far, for the whole setup with the sparkle seat, definitely gets a 5 out of 5. Extremely comfortable. I've heard some people say to get a lumbar support for it for like long endurance races. Your back may hurt, but then again, some people say that they are on the much older side and that could be because of their age. The rig itself, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 due to the fact that it does have some annoyance with it, you know, the T-nuts and the little things that you need to do to get things right. But setup wasn't difficult, it's just time consuming, so you need to find a weekend or, you know, take some time off if you want to set it up. And that's my little rant for this video. I will do a extended, you know, 1 month review on the Trakracer Tr80 in the future, as the race is coming down to an end, towards the ending here. I think it was like P7, P8, I forgot what it was. My first race in GT4, and like I said, I'm gonna probably push for the next month to get my license up so I could participate in Spa, and of course 24-hour race and other endurance races. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video about my little rant about the Trakracer, possible upgrade, and what I want to do with this channel, and that I want to get back into streaming. I'll leave all the links for my social medias in the description of the video. And if you guys enjoyed, it was a bit of a ramble, but at the end of the day I got it done. I was thinking about doing this video for quite some time and never had time to get it done. I was always too lazy at work and everything, but I wanted to get it done, so I'm happy about that. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.